your place on fire. Let's get higher. I'm gonna set your place on fire. Let's get higher. Get a little bit of gasoline. Welcome to another crime scene. Get a little bit of gasoline. Welcome to another crime scene. I'ma make it burn. 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 Get a little bit of gasoline.
Yo, what's up happening? What's happening? What's up happening? How's it going, everybody? I am doing great today. I'm doing fantastic. Swell even. Absolutely. Alright, I think my audio levels are good. So, today's the day. It feels like Christmas morning, isn't it? Except you gotta pay for all your presents. Any last minute purchases that you need to make on the iiRcade store should be made today. Pardon me. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the store goes down at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I think they're running on their time, Chicago time. I believe they're in the Eastern time zone. Correct my geography if I'm wrong. But yeah, you've got up till that time, and then at that point the store will be shut down. Now, a lot of us have taken the precaution to disconnect our units from the Wi-Fi because we don't know what's going to happen at that time. I would say err on the side of caution, so it doesn't hurt to do it for a day. I might do it just for today, and tomorrow I'll probably hook up to Wi-Fi and see what happens. And then I'll report back for that. I'll be the sacrificial lamb, I guess. Because the thing is, we still have online access to Riptide Renegade and Bomb Squad, right? And Bash Bowling. And I'm sure most of us have Tank Bash as well. Bill from Bash Studios said he's got the online up and running up to 150 people for the server. So that game will still be working online as well. So you're gonna have 4 online games still after iiRcade servers shut down when they go down. So I'll be interested in playing that. I know it's not the final build of the Tank Bash, but I would be interested in playing that online with members of the community. That'd be fun. So I'll be looking forward to that. Yeah, so if it's Central Time, that'll be 8 p.m. my time, if the servers go down. So, if anything, I've already made my final purchases. I've removed my credit card from the store. So yeah, I'm all set to go. It's like Y2K too. It's like Christmas and Y2K all rolled into one, isn't it? That's what it kind of feels like. You don't know what's gonna happen, you know. Just like that New Year's Eve, I'm sure we were all around for that. And then you know, it also feels like Christmas because it's like you're getting all these games all at once, right? Except you got to pay for them. You got to get them. You're getting all these games at once. It does feel like Christmas. It's a mixed feeling, isn't it? But yeah, that's why you know, we are all the Who's down in Whoville. We're still happy. We're still rejoicing. We're still coming together. And with Glenn making that product, the GRS deck, please pre-order it today if you haven't done so already. This might be a limited run. This is just my opinion on that. It's probably a limited run, guys. He'll take his orders, he'll make that amount, and that'll probably it. Because remember, there's only so many units of us out here. So if the interest isn't here now for it, you're gonna miss the boat. Essentially, I feel that's what's gonna happen. He's not gonna go revisit this after he's manufactured all this stuff. He's only gonna make what people have pre-ordered, and that's it. I believe it's gonna be a one and done run. So there's other reasons why you want to purchase it, and that's what made me purchase it is the fact that it is an upgraded deck with all the extra controls and stuff like that. it's a spare deck in case something, heaven forbid, happens to the deck on my iiRcade, like, and then my cabinet won't be functional. It'll be nice to have a backup deck, because who knows how much people are going to charge if they want to sell their decks, like, on the market, right? After the fact, it'll be an arm and a leg because the parts are rare. So why not get in and get something that's a better build, and it's probably going to be a fraction of the price of what people are going to sell when they start parting up their iiRcades in the future, because that'll happen. That'll happen. But yeah, let's get the tunes back rolling again. It's kind of silent here. There we go. Beautiful. And Sacro, I see you in the chat, buddy. How you doing? I don't know if I want to get Truxton, because you also got to keep in mind, how much time am I willing to invest in all the games that I own? That's what gives me anxiety sometimes, because I don't know what to play. I'll sit here for, like, feels like half an hour sometimes trying to decide what to play. It's very difficult. Some days I almost gotta have to start making a gaming schedule, like this day, this time, for this amount of, like, from when, like, have hour allotments. You know, this hour I'm playing this game, this hour or this half hour I'm playing this game, and have like a whole schedule, days of the week. You know, it's difficult. Gaming was much easier when there wasn't as much out there. I remember when I was a kid, video games weren't all over the place like it is now. It's overwhelming. It really is. And that's the other thing with the that's the other thing, because I do plan on getting the SPC upgrade, right? To upgrade the arcade cabinet. So essentially, it's going to turn it into an At Games Legends Ultimate. That's smaller, right? It's pretty much like an At Games Mini, but with 2-player controls and all the bells and whistles. I believe that's what, I have a feeling that's what it's going to feel like when I have everything all set up when down the road. That's what I foresee. If that is the case, I will probably end up selling my At Games Legends Ultimate, because what's the point of you know, having 2 things that do the same thing, same control panel thing, and I believe the control panel with Glenn's deck will be better, right? So that's what I think is going to happen in my case, but that's down the road, right? I have to get this thing in my house. I have to mess about with the GRS deck, and then get that SPC, get that set up, and then probably at that point a decision will be made. But I think that's what's going to happen in my case. All right, guys. So yeah, that's just a little bit of the news for today before we get started here. Because yeah, this is that last day, right? So yeah, we've touched base on all the things. I don't believe there's going to be any more hidden free games that are going to be available. Anybody that did download Metal Slug and has it, do not accept the update if you're still connected to Wi-Fi, because that will remove it from your system. So right now, you know what, let's actually test that since I'm disconnected from Wi-Fi. I'm going to back out of this, and I'm going to turn the volume down because of the swooshing. So I'm going to do that first. Let's see Metal Slug, guys. Let's see if I still get that message now that I'm disconnected from Wi-Fi when I go in. Yeah. So guys, it's still going to pop up because they really want it off your system. I'm disconnected from Wi-Fi, as you can see in the upper right-hand corner. So always, when you go to load this game, don't like double tap the A, because that's where they're going to get you, is that double tap A press. So as you go into it, just very carefully, 1 button press, then B. Don't accidentally hit the A button as you move your finger over to B, decline it, and it'll load it up. It will get deleted. I'm not even going to hit the A button to see what happens. Even though I'm disconnected to Wi-Fi, so it's best off not to do that. So, anyway, that's not what we're here to do. I just wanted to check that out to show you as news for the day. So let's go back to Circus Interstellar. All right, so we're gonna move on, guys. We're gonna move on to this game. Pretty much, I think how do you pronounce the developers? Is it Ettinsoft? Ettinsoft. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Forgive me if I mispronounce that. But yeah, this game was about to come out on iiRcade very, very soon, apparently. From what I hear, through the grapevine. And it's unfortunate it didn't actually come to fruition. And a lot of game developers kind of suffered the same fate. I know Vanilla Beast with their Retro Knockout game kind of suffered the same fate. I would have loved to play that. I was looking forward to that on the arcade. But guys, support these developers over on the other platforms that they have these games on. Definitely Steam for sure. For the Retro Knockout, definitely show that developer some love in light of all what's happened. So definitely and definitely let's give these guys some support, since they we were able to get this version of the game, Circus Interstellar. Today I will be honest, I did go into it last night just to check this game a little bit. I didn't really get into the gameplay too much. I just kind of messed around with the controls, see what you could do, moved a few screens into the game, and then that was kind of about it. So yeah, without further ado, let's load it up, because you're gonna like the opening title screen and the music of this game. So I'm gonna turn this back up, and we're gonna start it. Ooh, geez, ooh, the whoosh. Oof, look at that artwork, guys. I will say that blue on Interstellar should be changed, because it kind of blends into the background. And this will flash. I can't read that quick, but there you go. Alright, guys. Now, isn't that some love right there? I'm gonna let this play so you can see what this is all intended. So so here, when you get into the screen, you just have to move left and right, just as, pardon me, the image shows. So calibrated. This is not a twin stick shooter. Can you hear that heartbeat? I'm gonna check that audio level. Yeah, you guys can hear that pretty good. But that's nice. So, basically, what I think this represents, guys, this videotape, is what we are as as us. It's like we're watching a surveillance tape of what has happened. Right, so like the perspective that we have as the gamer is we're watching the events unfold through a security camera. Hence this tape. Right, this is why like we're gonna hit the A button, grab the tape, and we're gonna watch what took place. But as we control the player in the game, like we get to control the story of what we're watching. You see that connection? That's how I understand this, and that's a cool concept if you can pick up that perception, because most people just turn this game on and like, okay, videotape, hit A, and they won't understand that. So keep in mind that's the perspective you have to play this game, is you're watching a surveillance security camera. That's awesome. Yeah, isn't it? Right? But think about it. It's subtle, and not most people will pick that up. Then you got your creepy circus music. Loading screen's not too bad. It'd be nice if there was like an image or something, but it's cool. It's cool. That's not. It's a standard loading screen having just that. The sound is really good. Audio track, those sound effects, the comet, all that's good. The nice build up. This is how you start a game. Yes, there you go. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit, guys. Yeah, how's that? Is that good? Alright, alright. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So I'm assuming this is a 2-player game, because it 1 to 2 player count. You got your difficulty settings. Chronic claustrophobia, unfair. So that's cool how it has like some unique phrasing for the difficulty level, like it would in like the Doom games. So like that's kind of cool, right? Claustrophobia, bone chilling, horrifying, scary, creepy, spooky. So that's cool. Runaway is, I guess, to quit the game, to back out of it. Because if you go into it, it says it's not time to leave for work already, is it? And it has random messages for your quitting, like if you is your wife interrupting or something. I don't know. It was cool. I had a different message the other game, so that's a neat little caveat that it has a random quit message every time. It's not the same every time, and it's got a little bit of humor behind it. Like I just chuckled a little bit. It's time to leave for work. That's cool. No, we don't want to leave for work because I'm on vacation. So we go into this option menu. Now, actually, first off, I do like this title screen. The music's good. I like the colors. It's just the thing is just certain things are blending together. Like the back part of that ship is kind of like blended in, so you can't really see the detail because of the darkness with the saucer behind it. The color palette is very important so that everything you want to stand out should stand out. But I really do like the art style and the bright colors. I do. It's just finding that right color palette scheme. I do love the Circus font. Looks really good. Like I said, the Interstellar in blue I think should be changed. Like I said on the loading title, the still image for the loading. I like the font of the Interstellar, but I think the color of it should change to something else, so it really pops out. Especially since it's the title and you've got it all shaking right here. Like, yeah, it's nice. I do like it. Let's go back into the options. So I believe this is like a dev copy of the game. I did go into this, correct me if I'm wrong, but it just seems like you've got a cheat menu. Music volume, view controls, hardcore off, shaders, free play. I'm not too sure. I haven't tried any of this stuff. I just glanced at this last night, but reset, score and trophies, the comic, credits, fog off, cheat menu. What's the cheat menu? So yeah, it's hard to see the font on the stuff that's not highlighted. So even when something's not highlighted, the font should still be a little bit readable, so you know what you're looking at, because that's all the change that needs to happen there. But it's cool. You've got it. I'm assuming when you play this game, like when it gets released, you'll have to unlock all these probably cheats, probably through accomplishments. I think that's probably what they were going for. But this is like an open access, everything's unlocked. So they were probably testing all these cheats when they were playing the game. I like that. See, and that's emphasis on that videotape. See how I just stopped it and rewound the tape? See how that's the concept? Like, you're sitting here at a security camera watching what happened. These events already took place, and you're just watching the tape. So that's pretty cool. Okay, guys, so now let's go over here to the actual gameplay menu, because we went through everything else. You've got an escape mode, which I'm going to assume is like a story mode, I think. But we're gonna try this stuff, and then we have a survival mode. I think I entered this the other day, and viewed a few screens. Let's view power-ups, because it's always good to look at tutorial stuff before you play the game. Yeah, I like this. The size of the text should be a little bit bigger. It is small. I don't know. It just a little bit bigger. That's all. It just a little bit bigger. The font has to be. It is hard to read because it's small. Yeah, this game looks like a lot of fun. The power-ups, like design, the icons, everything looks fun. The bright colors, like when I see these on the map, I definitely gonna be like, ooh, get excited when I see them and go pick them up. The bright colors will draw me toward the power-up, so I do like it. I really like this. View controls. Whoa. Oops. I'm hitting buttons again. Yeah. So you have your action, your sprint, and your aim. Okay. I think we'll go escape mode, but I think that's the mode we're attempting because we want to escape. And I think survival, you just keep going around and around and around, and I think that's unlimited. Let's check it out. So this is the other thing to point out, guys. You remember the game Berserk for Atari 2600, and then Frenzy for the ColecoVision? You know, that type of game where you have the electric walls. This game has that element in here. So I have a feeling, yeah, they took inspiration from that game, and they put their own twist on it. I think that's what this game will be. I haven't seen any footage from them in development. I tried to find just a screenshot of the game so I can put it as a thumbnail, and I know they do have videos, but I wanted to kind of go in blind here and to see what this version's like. I don't want to compare what they post on their Twitter to what this is, because it might be different, right? Because like I said, this is an unfinished build, and it looks like the game's just completely broken open. Like, you got access to the cheats and everything. So yeah, I don't want to play with electric walls. Let's turn that off, because let's get familiar with the game before we add layers of difficulty. And that's the one thing I like to mention about quote-unquote layers of difficulty. I like the fact that you can make the game and adjust the game to a difficulty level the way you want it to be through different things you can do with the adjustments, right? Think of it like dip switches, if you will. And this is kind of one of those items that would fall into that category. You can choose to have this or not to make the game easier or harder depending on your skill level. So that's great. So we're in the character select here, and the first character you get here is Cody. Now, let's move up, down, left, right. Let's see if there's any other characters you can select currently. I would imagine all the characters in the game would probably be unlocked. Okay, so the difference in the differentiation of the characters is the color of their visors. It looks like, see, when you go up, down, and their arm patches on each side, their shoulder patches. That's how you tell the difference between the players. Oh, look at that! Nice little rainbow mask, and that's flashing. That's cool. You know what? We're gonna choose that one. Well, that's cool. I would imagine, and this would be a good thing to do, is to keep the replayability of this game going, is make all of this unlockable stuff. Unlock the different color palettes by doing different things. Just give more and more stuff for players to unlock to just keep them playing your game, right? That's always a good thing to do. So we're running through all the color palettes now of the suits. That's pretty good. We're gonna go with the red. Cody, Brett, Dawn, Diane, Earl, Jonathan, Remington, Savannah. That's cool. So I guess we'll pick Savannah here. All right, that's cool. All right. Pardon me. Here we go, guys. My son went to Canada's Wonderland the other day. A Yukon striker, and he bought this mug. Almost like a night vision goggle type concept. Okay, so the game's going to run through a little tutorial here of the controls. And then we hit the X button. Oop, the X button to sprint. There we go. So that's your stamina meter. Is that little water droplet, all right? And that'll be, and you see that in the upper right-hand corner. I will say, I don't know if it's my monitor, but it just seems like the initial brightness on my monitor, just on the iiRcade, just seems like the upper right-hand corner. It's hard to see, but that's just the monitor and just how it is, right? With the, let's see if I stand, if I can see it better. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's just my perspective, guys. It's just the monitor, because you do see that washout on the iiRcade. That's not any way or shape or form a reflection on the game. That's just the hardware that we're using, right? Yeah, you got to kind of be up, and then you don't see that washout for that upper left-hand corner of the game. Because I'm sitting on a stool right now. Oh, what happened? I just lost my my feed. Oh no, I lost my my hearing here. My speakers just cut out. Hold on a second, guys. I figured this out. Whoa! My headset just lost the hearing. Not too sure. It just cut out. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. I hear it now. Okay, there we go. Can you guys hear the gameplay? Because it doesn't sound like it's coming through on my headset. Yeah, I see it. There's no audio coming through the capture card right now. Again, it cut out. Yeah, I'm looking at my OBS. There's no audio coming through the capture card. I'm not too sure what's happening here. Just give me a second to kind of deactivate it. Click it back on. There we go. There, I got it working. Okay, perfect. No, but I don't hear it coming through my headset. It cut out. And there's the audio level's not going for the capture card, so it leads me to believe it's not coming through YouTube. It's working. I can hear the gameplay audio through my headset now. Okay, we're good. Yeah, it's the capture card, I think, that's doing it, right? When it comes to that, sometimes the audio works and it doesn't with this capture card. I might have to invest in another one. Alright, here we go. Sorry about that, guys. A little technical difficulties, but here we go. So yeah. And then you hit the... Actually, wait. Let's go through this. I must have missed a tutorial. Okay, so anyway, you hold the B button down to aim, so you can't move when you're shooting. And the A button is your fire, I believe. This is the standard fire rate for your gun. So you see how the fire is. It's when it's distance based with your fire rate. So the closer you are to a target, your fire rate will increase with the main weapon. The further you have to shoot, the fire rate decreases essentially, right? That's with how this main gun works. You see how rapid fire that is, and then you see what I mean? Oh yeah, I know. I'm gonna follow the arrows, but I'm reviewing the game, guys. What's this? A message from corporate. The Planetary Resource Importation Corporation would like to welcome you all aboard the USSR. Alright. Interstellar. Oh, okay. Join us as we bring hope back to humanity and revenue back to our wallets. Some people might tell you that our methods of ore extraction are unethical, but they are just poor and uneducated. Remember, we are all PRICs. I'm not pronouncing that abbreviation. You guys could probably get the joke there, up here. Now get to work. Oh man, I'm sorry, that that made me laugh. Oh my god. Oh god, here we go. Alright. Oh yeah, okay, so that's very subtle, and I would have just thought that was just something on the, like, that could be made a little bit bigger, but I understand you wanted it to make it the proportional to the size of your character, because that's realistic. That little handheld transponder right there where we just read the message is the size of your character's hand, so that makes sense. What I would kind of do to kind of, if you want players to actually to stumble across that, if that's not a secret, is to maybe put like a little ring around the item, and it only highlights when you get close to it, so the player kind of knows that, hey, this is a upable item, or which, and you do this too, actually, and that's actually also good, but that's the other way you could go about it. But that actually works. You don't need to change this. But that was the other thing you can do, but this actually makes it so you have to actually search, okay, what is it, which makes the player spend more time in your game to try to see what's in the level. Like, guys, look at that. Would you not know? You wouldn't think nothing of that until you actually walked over and got close, right? I didn't find this yesterday when I was messing about in here, but I played survival mode, so that's probably why. Okay, and the one thing I don't like is you have to press X and A to roll. That roll should be its own button. Maybe you almost have to play this game with 4 buttons, because of what they want to do. If they really wanted this aim feature, if you gotta have an aim button, yeah, I'll have to think about this, because if you want to keep this concept with and to fire, you just can't fire standing still. Right here, like I'll hold the aim button, and pressing fire button without aiming doesn't do anything. So you actually have to aim it in a direction to fire. So essentially, when you hold the, I'm gonna say, this feels like a combat mode, right? And then you can go almost, and then that works. I'll have to see the gameplay. I haven't fought any enemies to see how fluid this control mechanism is, but I like to be able to move and fire, and not have to be planted in a direction, but that could be part of the difficulty of this game, is when you have to do that. No, they weren't asked by the developers to review this. I'm doing this on my own and my free time, because I'm on vacation. I felt like doing it. This game looks really good, and if they watch this later on, and if they can take something from this video, I'd be honored if they did that, because at the end of the day, don't we all want to play a really good game like I do? So definitely. Yeah, Resident Evil 4 was fun. I played that in VR, and that was really good in VR. Resident Evil 4. Oh yeah. Alright, so those are all the controls that you can do, right? So you got the fire, and then it's the A and X to roll. That just feels weird to hit 2 buttons to roll, especially if there's going to be a lot of bullet hell and whatnot. I really just want to press 1 button to roll and not 2. But this is also strategic with the roll, because that goes against your stamina, because you can only roll so much and you can only run so much. But we'll have to see what we're dealing with. So let's go to the next screen. It's interesting that there's a welcome blood. I wonder who did that. Was it the Space Clowns? Did they write that message? That's more friendly cartoon font for the welcome. If this is supposed to be like a horror type game, but I understand. Like, it makes sense. You'd think when they was like murdering clowns or whatever would not be very careful with their font selection when they spray welcome. You'd think it would be like welcome with the jaggedness and stuff like that, but it's clown font. You know what I mean? So that's what was my first impression when I walked into this screen. Because normally when you see bloody messages, they're not written in this kind of font. So that's kind of cool. Okay, balloons and confetti. So they're having a party here. All right. Holy freaking crap. This dude got straight up fatality'd. Okay, cool. Depending on the gameplay you're going for, What'd be cool is if there was like a way to press up against these things and do a pop-out jump shot, almost. You know what I mean? Like you press up against a corner, and then maybe you can go like boo boo boo. That'd be cool. I seen this these barriers in a few other screens ahead, and that would be kind of cool if you had that option. You just lean up with the control, and then you just kind of hit the fire button, so you don't really have to do too much. And it'll maybe just automatically pop out depending on what corner that you're on. That'd be cool. And if there was ever an online multiplayer aspect, like PvP, like that could be kind of cool. Yeah, wasn't it, Brooklyn? Thanks for joining, guys. So this is what I was talking about earlier, that this room has like a teleportation or access areas to parts of the ship. So I'm gonna assume the unknown is the very last thing you access. It almost feels like it could be like a Metroidvania-esque type game with this, because you have to go and revisit the areas. So backtracking may be involved. Like you may have to start here, you unlock on one section, and then maybe there's stuff in this section that's locked because you have to get an item that's over here, and then you have to come back. You know what? That would be that should be a gameplay element to this game, because that would really extend the life of this gameplay of this game. Oh, look at this, abroad. Oh, aboard. I keep saying abroad. Why do I? My dyslexia. Sometimes. Let's see, Goofy Foot. If I was the developer, I would be kind of pissed people are taking the game. No. They're happy. I've read the post, guys. They're happy that Mystery Encoder did this, because it gives more people access to this game on the iiRcade for them to play and try out. The more publicity this game gets, the better. So the people, when it gets released on the other platforms, will buy it. So it's up to us right now to sit and play and show this game off before everybody else gets a crack at it, and to show them how good this game is. So far, I'm really impressed with what I see so far. These are things that I think could make the game better if they don't already exist. Just little things. What they have right now is really good. It'll be, like I said, I have to try these mechanics in the heat of battle. I haven't found any enemies yet, so I don't know how well the planting and aiming is going to work. You know what I mean? So we'll see. I have to get a feel. It's all about the feel of the game. That's going to make you want to either play it or rage quit. The controls have to be, there's got to be some fluidity in with the controls. What we got? Yeah, they were working on this, and like they said, they wanted to give it to everybody, but guys, Michael and them just don't have the time to do that. That's a lot of work to get it pushed to everybody's systems and go through all that. It's the last day. It's not going to happen. Like I said, it took 4 days to push out 2 updates for Heavy Metal Titans. It's a process. We're at the end of the line now. There's no time. So thankfully, Mystery Encoder was able to do what he did the last night, and was able to make that game available for everybody last night. That's how I was able to grab a copy. And the best way I could pay it forward to these guys that made this game is to play it and give them a good review. Honest review and constructive feedback of this game. Well, of course, like I watched the video of those guys. These guys, they do this in their spare time, right? They have day jobs. This was their first opportunity to get on a platform, right? They're really excited with this, and so you can imagine the heartbreak when the rug gets pulled out from under you. You know what I mean? So anyway, guys, I'm gonna take a break from the chat here, and let's get back into this. So the first access is the living quarters. Actually, I was going to read through them. So you got the living quarters, the med area, med bay, the engine room, the science room. I'm not too sure what these are. You've got Deadpan, Stitches, Wart, Impulse, Vile. I'm not too sure what those are yet. We'll find out later on in the gameplay. But as far as this is considered, it looks like you have 5 areas to access on the ship that the game player is in my first impression. So, let's go into this. The one thing I will comment is there's a lot of loading. A lot of loading, and that really halts gameplay. And you'll see what I mean when I keep going, guys. So we're in this screen now. Cripes, another freaking accident. Give me a break. Now, I think this is one of the secrets. So, this is one of the challenges. So this is teaching the game mechanics. So this is a capsule that has one of the power-ups in it. So I'm gonna assume that you need to stand on it when the button's green. If you stand on it when the button's red, I'm sure it explodes. I think I did that last night. So let's time it. Okay, so it's not about timing stand on it, it's timing the button press. So you have to press A when it's green, and then you get the power up. Rapid fire is faster. Awesome. So let's check that out. Alright, cool. Yeah, look at all the clown corpses. Look at that. Everyone just killed over. I was kidding when I said this company. You gotta slow that down so we could read that all. I missed some of that. Those text boxes that right there just went just a little too quick. Just with the amount of text you have to read. So I kind of missed part of what this guy was saying, which is unfortunate. Yeah, when I played last night, I got to this screen and then I didn't know how to get out of it. And then I just went to bed. So anyway, we'll see. Yeah, that's not quite apparent. Like, like the hitbox of these things should be bigger because I can't see it, but you saw what it was. I was shooting and like, see, it looks like like the bullet looks like it's going right through this, right? Is that like, and it feels like you got to go down here to take that out. Like, for the size of that, yeah, the hitbox should be a little bit better to take those out. Oh, nice. Whoa! I probably had to run there. With how fast that enemy moved, I think the intent was just to run and not stand and fight. So let's try running this time and see if we're successful. Nah, with how they were spawning in, there was no way to stand and fight there. Okay. So essentially, I guess the strategy here is because you have time before the enemy spawns in, is to set yourself up strategically to deal with the threat right after they spawn in, like I just did there. And I was more successful this time around. Okay. Alright, later, Goofyfoot. We'll see you later, brother. Okay, so what happens here, I beat all the enemies, and now it's unlocked the teleporter to get to the next area of the ship. I'm gonna see if there's any secrets here, anything, another transponder. And that's actually something that should be collectible, is like right at the start of the game where you picked up that data thing. Maybe it is throughout the game, but that would be something to be looking for, secrets, and to help tell the story of the game, as people are dropping their transponders as your crewmates. And it tells you what has happened. You get little reveals of the story as you go. Which you may, like I said, this is a first playthrough. I have no idea. So maybe they have added that or not, but that's something that would be good to have. Nice elevator music in between. Got painting in my room. Okay, looks like we're in, yeah, the alarm's going off. I don't know if this level you'd want to put it like a time limit on it, just to kind of give the an added layer of pressure to the player. Because what happens in scenes like this, you hear this alarm go off, but you don't feel the sense of urgency to get things done. You know what I mean? For instance, my character's just standing here and la 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 while the alarm's going off. Not a care in the world. You know what I mean? A time limit here would be good until you shut off this alarm and fix whatever you have to do. A reasonable time limit. And then maybe allow the player to do exploration afterwards, after you fix it. That'd be a good idea. The pattern changes. Watch the pattern. I'll let it go. You see how there's a slight change in the pattern to throw you off? That button press, so you gotta time it properly. Increased candy chance, whatever that means. We'll find out, so that's kind of cool. Okay, the arrow's there. Alright, there's arrows everywhere to go here, so I like that you have a choice to go different paths. I'm not too sure what that does. What effect does that do when you run into those things? It says you lose health, but where's your health bar? Right? I'm not too sure what the, like, because if you don't take damage, by running into them, and touching them, or it doesn't give you a status effect, you don't really have to shoot those. You can just, every time you get into a screen, you just run through them to take them out and then get your score. So that's a little strange. Definitely you should be taking some damage. I know, I see that transponder right there. So that's good that you've done that. I like that. Okay, so now I know that this is throughout the whole game. So that's great that this is in the game. You're on the right path with that. I like finding these and reading the story, and then piecing it together as we go. So the personal log, so just finished popping resources from the final planet. We were about to warp back home, but the damn power cut out. Thankfully, the auxiliary power still works. Most of the lights came back on, but so did the security system. The security team better get it shut off soon. Someone's going to get killed. Who makes a security system like this? Now I'm hearing word of some kind of unknown anomaly boarding our ship. Bunch of BS. Firstly, aliens don't exist. Secondly, security is going into lockdown, so bulkheads to outside... bulkheads to outside the ship are in... Okay, you gotta edit that. That's improper. Second here. Yeah, you got that's a typo there. How are you gonna change that? Secondly, security is going into lockdown. And the bulkheads outside the ship are inaccessible. Or secondly, security is going into lockdown, which will make the bulkheads outside the ship inaccessible. That's how you should rephrase that. That'll sound better. Gonna head down to engineering, help sort out this mess. The clowns down here should know something about what's going on. So yeah, that's the only mistypo in that paragraph. You just have to restructure that sentence and you're golden. Okay, where do we go? We got choices, guys. We got choices. I got 4 choices. Okay, we found that. That's what I don't like is the loading from screen to screen. Oh crap. It should be kind of... I don't know if you could design it like The Legend of Zelda, where the screen's kind of panned, and it was, you know, there was no loading screen. If there's any way to kind of design the game like that, but maybe there's no choice. Maybe it has to be this way, but there's a lot of loading screens. What the heck is... Oh! Ah! Okay, you do have health. I understand now. So you have like a heart meter. I don't know if your health regenerates if you don't take hits, but I don't think it does. I haven't seen any health pickups yet. I think that's what's missing is some health pickups, especially when you're doing this kind of damage to yourself early on. There's not enough health pickups. This might be a one where you have to fight this boss across multiple screens. That's locked right here. There's no button to open that. So I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, this is a boss I'm thinking you're gonna have to go through the screens. We're gonna keep trying this, guys. Oh, wait. I get the secret now. I get the secret. Those buttons control that canister that doesn't have anything around it. I get it now. Don't worry. I got it. I picked it up. So you can change the camera, tactical view, with the coin button. One of the things that's confusing is there's no map, which would help. Because I'm kind of lost. I don't know where to go. And it seems like every time I die, it puts me in a different room from where I died. So that's where it kind of loses me. I'll have to watch the replay because it just feels like I keep getting spawned in a different room. No, I really like what you got here. I can understand the gameplay mechanics with the enemies. You kind of have to plan your strategy as you go through the level, so it's sort of like a puzzle type game too, in a way. It's okay that this isn't like the run and gun. I'm okay with the planting and firing. But I gotta understand what we're doing with this clown. This clown. I like the sound effects. Ah! Alright, let's get back to the chat here for a second. Let's pause the game for a second. Alright. Alright, my first impression so far. Yeah, I'll get the chat up here. Sorry. I'm starting to think that clown can't be killed, that clown head. That's almost like a time limit in each of the screens that you're in to get you out and chase you off the screen. So I could see how that's one way to kind of limit the time spent in each level. And maybe even to push a character off of any secrets and whatnot. But in a way, if there's those canisters you have to unlock, especially if there's 2 buttons and whatnot, to be able to sit there and then get the timing, and then you've got that clown to deal with, it kind of makes it difficult. That'd be my takeaway from that. But I do like the fact that you can shoot him and freeze him, but what I think you should do is increase the time when you shoot that clown head, that you have time to actually get away, because it seems like he's only down for a couple seconds and then he reanimates. Maybe be fair and give the player more time to get out of the level, because sometimes you get handcuffed depending on the level design of where you are at the time, just because of the corridors and trying to get away from that clown head, because he can travel over top everything and get right to you and cut the perimeter down, you know what I mean? Whereas the player, you don't have that advantage. And you saw how I struggled with that clown. I couldn't get out of the screen and run away, even if I were to hit the run button. Just trying to navigate, going around the quarters and making the corners, like it's very hard to get away from him. And I think just slowing that clown head's travel speed down just a smidge might help. You got to give the player a little bit of time, right? You don't want to keep killing the player off, especially this early in the game. It's really going to deter the player from actually wanting to play your game even further. You got to be forgiving in the first parts of the game and then ramp up the difficulty level. And then that's what it felt like. It felt like it was too hard when I first experienced in that clown. And the first impression to the player with that clown, it shouldn't be like that. You know what I mean? It should give you a little bit of anxiety and kind of be like, oh, I got to get out of the level, but give them a fighting chance to do that. How's it going, Arcade Talk and Star Wars reviews? And yeah, Sakuro, yeah, definitely in the chat. We said hi to him, and Omega Fourth, and Papa Brad. So where are we at? Yeah, it did work out with the mystery encoder hack. So I hope all you guys have this game on your system. And oh, nice, Papa Brad, you get your AOP up and running. Yeah, we got to connect and through StreamYard because yeah, I've got an extension on my web camera, so I can bring this webcam over there and kind of plant it up there. And do some gameplay for that. That's what I could do. All right, now, yeah, guys, I'm really confused on where to go. That's the biggest thing. There's no map to direct you where to, like, once you get into this, and you're gonna get lost. The game's not pointing me in a direction, which they should, especially this early in the game. You need to tell me where to go, because that's the only thing that's gonna frustrate me. Not knowing where to go. It doesn't feel like I'm making progress, you know what I mean? I think that's a 1-up over there. I'm gonna go pick up that space head. I love the little sprites. I love the fact that you can do this tactical mode, tactical view, action view. I like. Oh crap! Yeah, so that's exactly what that clown is to get you off the screen and move on. These are tougher characters. They take more than one shot. Oh, I gotta get that shotgun actually up there. Yes. I like that power up. There definitely needs to be health pickups. There's not enough health pickups. Maybe yeah, there's a syringe there, but I just don't understand where I'm supposed to be going. I don't understand where you're supposed to go. That's one definitely thing that needs to be worked on. I don't understand where I'm supposed to go once you get in there. There's no direction. It's just choose a path and go. I have no way of knowing how far I gotta go. There's, you know what I mean? I need to know somehow where we're going. Very, very lost. I'm confused. When you get in there, like, which path am I supposed to take? Which direction I'm supposed to head? If you're gonna have multiple paths like that branch off to secrets and stuff like that, like you need sort of like a map that I keep going back to Legend of Zelda. Even if you can integrate where you can find like the whole map and unlock it for the level that you're in. Like you find like a control panel on one of the screens and like, oh, it unlocks the whole map. But as you go, you're keeping track of the rooms you've been in This game needs that. I need to know which rooms I've been in. Else I'm not going to know where I've been. I'm just going to walk around in circles, you know what I mean? But overall, this game's got it. Now that I've seen the enemies in the combat, okay, yeah. Oh, I see. It finally put me back to where I started, right here with the 4 rooms. See, when we got into the living quarters here, you've got 4 directions to go. No, I'm not too sure what happens. I'm sure you have to play a bit. I'm sure if you go one direction, but then it keeps branching off. So I really don't know where to go. Like, am I supposed to go one direction here, each direction, go as far as I can go, beat like some boss, and then maybe get teleported back here? I have no idea what the concept here is with the exploration. I'm very confused. I would think that what would fix that if we kind of had a map or had some kind of yeah, you got to point the direction in the right the right direction. Yeah, so I'll spend some more time with this and get good. I'm gonna read the chat, you guys. Papa Brad's a guide, arrow, or a map would help with the direction finding. Yeah, definitely, because I have no idea. Like, you guys just saw me pick a direction, and then the game kept branching off, and then it seemed like every time I died, it would respawn me somewhere else. It wasn't the same room, right? Which makes me even more confused, because now where am I? You just put me in the middle in a room that I may or may not have accessed prior. So then even that makes it even worse, because if that room branches off, well, where the heck do I go? I'm so confused. I can't read it. That's why I'm talking this up. I can't reiterate it enough. You need to kind of know where you're going. That's very important. Because yeah, I honestly feel confused on where to go. The gameplay's there, the mechanics are there. I understand the big clown pushing you out of the level. I like that they don't give you the items for free. You have to work for it with these buttons. I like that. Like, I like everything. I'm just lost. That's all. Arrow flashing is a good Genesis game. No, but I see what they're trying to go for. It's like a dungeon-esque crawler, if you will. Right? But set in space. But a level map would be very helpful. I don't know if a compass would work in this case, based on the nature of the environment. You're in space. A compass isn't going to work, right? That's not going to work. Like I said, what I recommend is, like, this is in space. There's a lot of control panels and stuff for the workers of the ship to access, right, to help control the ship. So I would recommend you put little control panels here and there within a given level that'll unlock the map for the level that you're in, and it'll show you all the rooms that are accessible. And then that way it'll help the player find the secret unlocks for the skins and whatnot. I think that would be the way to go with this game, where you could hit a button and you pull up a map screen. And maybe even on the screen that we're looking at, there's a lot of space in this UI. But like I said, it's a 2-player game, so you're going to have the health and everything, but if you don't, I would say just a button press to pull up the map, or hold a button down to just pull up the map. I know you hold the coin. The coin button does this, right? For the camera, what I recommend, probably, if all the buttons are taken up, I would say press and hold. Actually, I would switch this camera view to a press and hold, right? And then I would use that other function for that button. For the map, when you pull up the map, you just want to kind of, like a toggle. Because it'll look weird if you have it if you keep this and then you hold the toggle, you're actually gonna change that view when you go to press the button if you want to pull up the map screen. So what I recommend if you want to change this view, it's a press and hold, and a quick tap will pull up the map screen, and then you quick tap will drop it back down. I think that's the way to go, right? Or in this case, the player 1 button, it could be used as well. You could have the quit menu up here still. But maybe have a map screen here as you're pulling the screen up. I think this would be the way to go. Somehow integrate this screen to have the map screen. And maybe you are here, like X kind of thing, you know what I mean? That'd be kind of cool. Other than that, the game feels balanced with the shooting. There are enemies that require more shots. Yeah, the difficulty level in regards to all that is good. Yeah. This game is really good, guys. Everybody over at Ettinsoft, you two gentlemen, you guys did a really good job here. I like that the clowns took over the ship and they put their balloons and their streamers and everything. Yeah, it's really good. I'm gonna get when my wife comes home. I'm gonna see if she wants to try this 2-player. You know, it'd be cool if you did like a spoof Among Us mini game. Because it's space and you have the spacesuits here, that'd be kind of cool if you kind of put like a little mini game within the game, right? But definitely, yeah, like I said, we're gonna have to play this level because this is its this is its whole subsection. Because I feel like I'm in a maze. Like this is the one level, and then you have all of this, and it seems like it's a lot. So definitely, you gotta have a map screen. I need to know how much. Like, I don't know how far I gotta go. Like, do I gotta go really, really far, or not so far? I have no way of knowing how close I would be to completing this level. No way of knowing. After this first initial impression, I've been through a few rooms, and it feels like I should go through a few rooms. Like, I understand it's cool that each of these levels is kind of breaks off and it's like a big maze, but it'd be helpful to have that map. It really would. Even if you don't get it right away, put it in an area where a player could find it right away. Even if it's a section of a map, like a portion of it, like you can maybe divide it into 4. Depending on how big this level is, I have no idea. There's so much you can do with that. But yeah, that's my only constructive criticism is I need to know where I'm going. But overall, everything I personally give top marks for. It's amazing that was it just the 2 of you guys at Ettinsoft Games that made this game, just the 2 of you. I'm very impressed that you guys made something like this. I love it, and I can't wait to dive into it off camera. I just wanted to show people initial gameplay impressions. Definitely, if you haven't picked this one up yet, pick it up before it's too late, before the server shuts down, because that's the only way you're going to get it, through the Misty encoder method. And definitely, you know, support these guys. These guys have a future in video game development here. Because like I said, everything felt good. Nothing was janky. I understand this is not a run and gun shooter. It's a dungeon crawler, strategical, almost. It's almost like it's got to make. Like I said, I brought up Berserk before, but maybe a Wizard of War. Mix that in there because of how the level is designed with all the paths and stuff. It has some elements of that. There's a lot of elements that this game draws inspiration from. Right. Well done, guys. I'm giving you a thumbs up on this one. Alright, guys, I've been streaming for what, almost an hour and a half now. I'm gonna go grab some lunch, because it's 11:30 up here. And, yeah, because I didn't want to play this to spoil it. But, honestly, yeah, these guys don't have to do much. They just have to make those tweaks that I think they need to make, and that this game is good to go. Well done, guys. Well done. Thank you very much for bringing this to iiRcade. I'm sorry it didn't get released in time, the way it should have been released, and given the fanfare and the game days and all that kind of publicity that all those other games got. But you got us. You got us. We're gonna. Like I said, that's why I wanted to get on today, as I feel you guys deserve this game to be shown off to the world. Yeah, keep up the good work, guys. Absolutely. And with that, everybody have a good rest of your day, and we'll catch you on the next one. All right, later, guys.
Get a little bit of gasoline.